I think this is one thing that kind of lacks with like kids, or not even kids now, but guys that train and also guys that coach. When I was younger, I had to run camps when I was 18. It's more or less like you run a team camp though at your school, and your coach puts you in charge of a basket and says, okay, you got ball handling, 6 stations, 20 minutes in a row. And you have no idea what you're going to do, but for that 20 minutes, like your first one is sloppy. You're not quite clear with what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Your second one is okay. By the time you get to that 6th one, man, your instruction is crisp. You're dialed in. You're locked in. And you learn how to coach. And you also learn how to assess. And you learn how to evaluate. And I think that by me working camps at like a young age, by all of a sudden now for a week, I had to run a team. And I had maybe 20 minutes of practice time. But through that week, you have to learn how to coach. No one is giving you a guide or like a book to tell you what to do. You're by yourself with 10 kids. It's on you. Mm-hmm. And now that I look back on it, though, these coaches were giving us a chance to learn how to coach as opposed to being in our hip pocket trying to tell us what to do. And so I think that that's one thing that trainers and coaches sometimes lack, is they lack being able to evaluate and then being able to teach, because they never had to do it on the spot. And so when I run camps right now, I love doing it, putting my college kids in a basket and telling them the same exact thing. All right, man, you got to teach blocking out 6 in a row for 15 minutes. Well, what should I do? Figure it out. You've done drills before. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden now they come back and they have a better understanding of maybe how to block out because they had to teach it. Mm-hmm. And so kind of going back to that, my philosophy on skill training is, I have 4 stages that I try to teach. First one, skill building. So every workout we do some sort of skill building that has nothing to do with offense that you might plan with your team. We're building skill, left hand, right hand, ball handling, scoring, just building skill. Mm-hmm. Okay, then the next one would come down to like situational IQ shots that you might get. It might be off of handoffs, it might be off of pin downs, it might be off of driving kicks, whatever the situation that we choose to do that day. The third one is that we're going to get a ton of reps in. And I always talk about reps. Repetition elevates personal skill. And then the fourth one is you got to get your strength and conditioning. You got to get some sort of strength. But those are the 4 stages that I kind of go off, and I from those 4 things, you're going to more or less be able to help the kid though with skill building, be able to help them with their IQ, get a ton of reps, and also be able to get them stronger.